Do you want to save money, protect your health, the health of your family, your pets and animals, the beautiful environment and wildlife that we coexist and share our lives with? Of course you do. You're not a raging psychopath like most big businesses that put profits ahead of your welfare, the impact that they have on the planet that we live on and the abundance of life on it. So without wasting much more time, here's 5 natural ways you can combat common pests in your garden. So first up, we've got soap, you know, the stuff you use for washing your dishes. Liquid soap is what we want. We've all got some of this in our kitchen at least. Well, I hope you do. All clean, babes. If that's you, I don't want to be coming to your house for dinner. So you want to add a tablespoon of mild liquid dish soap to a quart of water, and you want to use a dish soap that is unaltered, meaning it's got no added detergents or degreasers in that soap. Look for something ecological, make sure that it is soap and it hasn't got other added ingredients because it could damage our plants. So you want to add that tablespoon to a quart of warm water, put the soap in right at the end, otherwise if you put it in at the beginning it'll all be forming all over the place. What a disaster. Now this is a brilliant, cheap and effective method at dealing against a lot of soft-bodied pests like whitefly, aphids, mealybugs, soft-bodied scales and mites. Make sure that you cover the whole plant, spraying both sides of the leaves, covering the stems also. Soap spray only works when it's wet, so you can repeat it every 4 to 7 days until you notice that you've controlled the problem. Soap spray works by messing up an insect's metabolism and dissolving that waxy surface on their body that helps to lock in their moisture, basically dehydrating them to death. Lovely. You want to apply soap spray early in the morning or in the evening when the sun's not at full strength, otherwise you could burn, damage your leaves. Also, after several applications, give your plant a good wash down with fresh clean water to get rid of any excess soap residue if the rain hasn't already done that for you. So next up we've got garlic spray, and just as those who like to gorge and feast on this smelly little herb, and I'm one of them, I love a bit of garlic, we can attest to the power it has to keep everyone in our lives well away, unless they've been gorging as well on this little delight, this little culinary miracle that can make food taste so lovely. And its smelly, pungent aroma also plays a part in deterring pests. So to make garlic spray, you want to get 2 bulbs of garlic. That's a bulb. This is what you want, not just one little clove, but the whole thing. You want 2 of them. And you want to puree them in a blender with a cup of water and let that sit overnight. And once that's done, you can strain it into a quart bottle, add a teaspoon of mild dish soap, you know, the type of soap we just talked about in the last one. And optional, you can add a cup of vegetable oil and then fill the container with water. So now you've got the concentrated form of this homemade pesticide. To use it, you need to dilute it further by adding 1 cup of mixture to 1 quart of water and then spray it freely on your infected plants, covering all the stems, the back and the front of the leaf. The added soap and the oil will help to actually kill the pests, where the garlic will act as a strong deterrent and keep them away from your plants. This garlic spray insecticide mix is great for repelling aphids, cabbage worm, leaf hoppers, squash bugs and whiteflies. So third up, we've got neem oil, and it's in no particular order. Just because it's in third place doesn't mean it's not as good. It's in third place because that's how I writ it in the script. Neem oil, you cannot make it yourself, it's not homemade. Well, I mean, I'm sure you could. That's not a challenge or anything. There's probably somebody watching there like, what? You're saying I can't make this myself? You know what I mean? What? I'm sure if you were determined enough, you'd be able to make neem oil yourself. What I'm trying to say, it's probably more convenient and cheaper to buy it online or at a local store. I found it cheaper to buy it on Amazon. I was buying it before at the garden centre and you'd get about 10 mils worth, and it didn't last long and it was quite expensive. Where I bought this from Amazon, it's a 100 ml bottle, so it's like 10 bottles of the other stuff. It wasn't much more expensive than that little 10 ml bottle, and it's lasted me ages. I'll stick some links in the description if you want to buy some neem oil, or check your garden centre or whatever shop you like, but I'll put some links in the description for convenience. Neem oil is brilliant. It comes from the extracted oil from the seeds of the neem tree. And it's a very powerful insecticide that won't harm you, your dogs and cats, and best of all, it'll not hurt our pollinators, our bees and butterflies. You know, those little tiny hard workers, those industrious creatures that make pollination possible for many plants. Our ecosystem hangs on them. We need to treat them with the respect they deserve. They're little winged princes amongst us. Neem oil acts as a hormone disruptor, disrupting the pest's life cycle. It also acts as an anti-feedant for those little pesky pests that feed on plant leaves and other plant parts. It's very effective against a wide variety of pests, and also acts as a natural fungicide that can combat powdery mildew, infections and other funguses. It's also very good as a preventative spray if you want to spray down some plants that you know are prone to certain insect infestations to ward off those little creatures. To use your neem oil, follow the directions on your product. Normally it's about 1 mil. I don't know what that is in American measures, but it's about 1 mil to about a litre of water. And if you just add a couple of drops of dish soap to that mixture, that'll help to break the water tension and it'll give your spray better coverage. Fourth, we've got sulfur powder. Sulfur is a natural element that is toxic to funguses, so it makes an awesome fungicide. Sulfur disrupts the metabolic function of fungi and is known as one of the oldest fungicide pesticides known to man. It's also known to be highly effective in combating and controlling spider mite and mite populations. You can also use it as a preventative. To apply sulfur, use a duster like this that you see in the vid. I'll put a link there that should pop up right about now if you want to know how you can easily make your own duster, or if you want to get yourself a nice fancy one like this if you've got a lot of dusting to do. When you are dusting, make sure you wear a face mask. It is non-toxic, but you don't want to be inhaling the stuff. If it gets on your skin, it could cause irritation. It's non-toxic to your animals, to the birds, the bees, to the water system. It is safe, but you don't want to be getting it in your lungs, or well, try and avoid getting it on your skin as well, otherwise it could cause some irritation. Sulfur powder is also great for applying to fruiting crops to protect them from fungus attacks or getting bit by a little pest. It'll help also protect your tomatoes. Tomatoes are prone to fungus attacks. If you give them a regular dusting of sulfur powder, it'll keep your tomatoes nice and safe from fungus damage. Be careful using it in hot climates where weather is getting over 30. The sulfur could damage the foliage of your plants. So last up, we've got tomato leaf insecticide. Before I was moving all over, but I got quite comfortable sitting here. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here. It's getting lighter and lighter and there's not too much light sat here and I'm quite comfortable. So I thought, you know, I'm just gonna sit here, do the rest of the video. Tomato leaf insecticide is what we've got last up. So when you're growing your tomatoes, you get plenty of trimmings. You're trimming back them suckers, you're trimming back the older leaves that are closer to the surface, and these leaves contain a chemical called solane and tomatane, and they can be used as a strong insecticide. To make it, grab up them leaf cuttings and you want to soak about 2 cups worth of fresh leaves in a quart of water overnight, strain it and spray it onto your plants. It's that simple. This insecticide will kill aphids and many other chewing insects, but it'll attract beneficial insects to the plant. You don't want to use this though on eggplant, peppers, nightshades and potatoes because it could potentially spread diseases to that plant. Do you want to know how you can start composting immediately using a simple dig and drop method? Well, if you do, click on the video that's just popped up here and get straight into that. Guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, then hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you don't miss a single thing. And if you enjoy the channel and the community, then share this video or a video like it with your friends or your social media channels and help grow this channel. The support is awesome. I couldn't ask you for anything else. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later.